Okay, did you want to try the puzzle that everybody's been doing? Or, okay, so, so you know that you have to stay between these two cones, and you have to have him start on this side of you. Then he cuts between you and this cone, and ends up standing here, nose that way, tail that way. He has to back all the way down. Then once his nose is cleared that final cone, then you get his nose pointed towards the 19 is the best that you're going to get to make sure that he goes that way. Then you're going to tell him to go, so he has to be told to do something with his feet. And then you're going to tell him to wait so that he knows to follow further instructions, and tell him to go that way. Wait, tell him to go that way. Wait, tell him to go that way. And then from there, kiss for him to just keep going in a full circle. You don't turn and follow him. And then he stops there. Now, I believe I've already done it with him, so he may kind of take over the show, but let's see. Okay. But it doesn't mean that he's going to understand what you want to do, and then we can always change it up too if he seems to know the game. Yeah, Tyson's calling. So you got to get between those two cones. Okay. So you're sending with the other hand. You need to send with the leading hand, right? But your hands need to change. The rope needs to change. Yes. So that's the leading hand. So the hand attached to is snap. Now you have support to support that other side. Yep. There you go. It's gonna itch. Hold on. Do you want to? We could go out into the round pen. It's less lumpy, or we could go out back. I just haven't finished it yet, so it's not smooth. So kiss will always mean forward to my horses. Yep. It's okay. Yep, you can get loud if you have to. You can give him a good wiggle. There you go. Back, 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 back. Yep, because if you interrupt that thought by just making sure you stay with the back up, then he'll stop thinking he's sideways because he's perceiving the rope to the side of him as a sideways. Good. Now back, back. He's like, I got an itch. I don't care at this point. All right. No, it passed. So change hands. Yep. Change hands. Yep. Nope. Change hands. There you go. So he should have backed up when you told him back. Even if he didn't do it when you told him, you should have insisted that it happened. So you would have avoided that first off, but also you wouldn't teach him that you don't mean it. Because if you say back and he doesn't have to because you changed it, then he's going to be like, all right, well, she just must have been talking or something. So anytime he hears the word back from you, it's going to get harder and harder to get him to back up because he's going to think you don't really mean it. Good. Wait. Give him a little bump. Tell him to wait. Good. He's going to get, yep, there you go. Now his nose is tipped in the right way. So never kiss before their nose is pointed in the direction that you want them to go, because otherwise they'll go the direction their nose is pointed. So he has to go between you and that cone now. Yep. Good. And now all the way around you. Good. And hope. Good. Oh boy. Okay. So if you want to do, yeah, the trick is don't ask him for a hug before you're done, because otherwise he's going to hug you throughout the whole session. Okay, so you could do it again and work on the fluidity of it, and then there's other variations of it that we can take it up and change it up so that there's something new for both of you. But I would say let's try that to get that more fluid. And then always remember that if you're going to drive him right, if you're going to drive him to the right, you need the tail of the rope in your left hand to support that drive. Okay, so your hands, just when you send him, always make sure that the hand that's telling him where to go is the hand that's attached to where the snap is, not attached to the tail. Yeah, yeah. And sooner or later, it'll just become so natural, and that's just a practice issue. Goofball. Say a horse named Romeo taught me that. Yep. So you can yield his tail away a little bit. Don't kiss or he'll go forward. Yeah. He did as I was asked. It's going to be a while before I get everything out of this. But hey, free is free. Oh, I have a machine. I have a thing for my machine. I just haven't gotten this far yet. I haven't even filled it in all the way yet. Oh, not necessary now. I dug down 10 inches. Yeah, I dug it all out, got rid of it all. This is all fresh. And this is real nice because it stays damp. Yeah. It's what they call dead sand. Yeah, yeah. A lot of cushion. No, you're not going to get that itch right now, right? Apparently he is. Good. That was good. Tell him, but don't go forward. That was good. Yep, yep. Now you're careful you don't tell him to go sideways by accident. Yep. Just back. Yep. Just insist on back, and then he'll stop thinking sideways because he's thinking sideways. There you go. Good. Keep going. He's thinking sideways again. The only one who hasn't talked to you is Bentley. Okay, so how his head is turned right now is where you have your opportunity to get your go, but now you don't. So go. Uh, oh boy. Okay, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's in your way. Okay, change hands. Yep. Put your focus on his. There you go. Good. Wait. Give a wiggle. Say wait. Give a wiggle. Say wait. There you go. There you go. Now his nose is. Tell his nose where to go. Yep. Tell his shoulder to follow it. Yep. There you go. Good. Yep. Good boy. Yep. Yep. You need to get out of the way so he can get between you. Yep. Yep. Send kiss. Good. Good. And then allow him to go all the way around you. And ho. Yeah. So with my horses, if you give them the extra kiss and they are already walking, they're going to walk faster. So that's all. That's why he grew speedy because he was already walking. And ho. Ho. Now you can over him because wait means wait doesn't mean you're like done. Wait means like check in, you know. So he could, if you said wait and he was still kind of moving, but he checked in with you, then that's when you have the opportunity to tell him something different. So wait is like an interruption in their path, but that doesn't necessarily mean they have to stop. Although he does stop for wait. But ho is always you're done. Stop moving. Yes, it was. It was very good. That's why I came over here. I'm like, okay, so let's see what else I'll do. Okay, so we'll do that one more time, and then if that goes as well as that just did, we'll set up something different. Or we could do the second variation of that one. I mean, he's easy to go sideways, so all you have to do is set him up next to Cone and give him the impression you should be doing something, and he'll go sideways. Make sure I'm not cutting you in half. Yep, maybe. Good. A little effort in there, Ritz. See, you're cheating using him. So now, no less than his nose pointed towards the 19 are you going to get a good turn. Nope. So you can put your support towards his nose to tell his nose to turn more, and then chase it with the moving the support to the shoulder once his nose is turned. Yep, keep going. This actually got really separate from that one somehow, so we can move it closer. This way, first his nose has to turn. If his nose is looking at you, he's going to come to you. There you go. There you go. Good. Yep. Yep. But be ready to tell him what to do once he pays attention. No, don't come to me. Yep. Good job. Wait. Put your support out around so he comes the other way. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. There you go. Good. Now get out of the way so he can get between you and that cone. Good. Change hands. Good. Good. He waited for that kiss. Good. Because there's a lot of stuff I'll do with the horses that doesn't include moving forward. So they wait for that kiss. So that would be ho. And now you can put your hand up and ask him to over to you. So put all your rope in your left hand, raise your right hand up in the air. Nope, not without the, put all the rope in your, okay. Ho. So now don't change, nope, wait, let go of the rope for a second. Now, nope, put the rope in the other hand. Put up, nope, just one hand. Nope, yep. Put your left hand up in the air. Look, tip his nose this way. Nope, put your left hand up in the air. Is that your left hand? Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry, put your right hand up in the air. Nope, don't change hands, nope. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna ask him to step his body over to you. Oh. So put all the rope in this hand and raise that hand up. There you go. And tell him over. There you go. Good. Good. Okay. So this time, yep, stop. So this time, you have to explain to him. So your focus has to be, I'm going to send his nose, I want his nose to go towards that orange cone, the middle cone. No, I don't give hugs right now. Okay, so your idea is you want him to kind of come arc out and around with his nose, like you're planning on him landing his nose on this, so that before he gets to this cone, you can redirect his nose to come back towards you, send his tail away. He's going to side pass over this cone and then come back, and then everything else is the same. The only thing that we're changing, instead of him going between you and this cone to get started, is you're going to send him to this cone, spin around, side pass it, and then he's going to come back up to side beside you like he did before, and then do everything else the same. So I'm not hugging you. I was just scratching you. Yeah. So, but your focus, your mental focus, he has to be able to kind of feel your purpose. Yeah. You got to send him kind of on an arc, as if you wanted him to put his nose on this cone. Like that's what you have to be kind of thinking about, is I want your nose to go onto this cone. And then you're going to just gently, and don't yank him, but gently guide him away from that, and then tell his tail to spin around. Then he'll end up standing like this, and then put your focus on sending with this hand and pushing with this hand at the rib cage. And then he'll side pass over that. Yeah, he's very mouthy too. All my ropes. Yeah, no, he's not unkind. He's just he needs a pacifier. So you get beside him in the leading position. Get beside him as if you're standing with him, and then yeah, now send him. I would I would change hands only because you're gonna want to send him that way with this hand. Yep. Mhm. Yep. There you go. Ritz. Good. Good. So imagine that you're sending him out on an arc.
Get it. Wheel.
No, because I want him to end up over here. If you do it here, he's going to end up here. So you're not going to set him up. So the idea is you're going to set him up because if you direct him to this cone and then you re-guide his front end's going to follow his nose and he's going to land his front feet right here. But if you do it to this cone, his front feet are going to be way up here and then you're going to have to back him up. The idea is to make it kind of a fluid. I want him to come in here, stop, and go sideways. But if you land them up there, then you have to back them up and set them up on this cone. So it becomes two different things. Yep, you're right. Yep, yep. Do you want me to show you what I mean? Okay. No, that's why you're going to arc him out. Stand up. Over. 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 Good. So I'm going to change hands. I'm going to send him like to the 18. So I'm going to send him that way so I can arc him back around to this cone. Then I'm going to land him at the cone, tell his tail to go around. See, now I bumped him. Yep. Good. So yeah, so you're not going to actually tell him to put his nose on the cone. When he gets to where he's headed towards the cone, you're going to bump him. You know, you're not going to be rude. You're not going to yank him. You're going to just bump him so that he knows that he's supposed to tip his nose back towards you, check in with you, so then you can tell him what to do with his hind end. Because if he doesn't have a chance, if he doesn't check in with you, he's just going to keep going like he's been doing. But if you get him to check in with you, then he can go, oh, and what else? And then you could say, and that's where it's important, like I said at the end of Donna's lesson, where it's really important to be ready to have the answer. When he checks in, what do I want him to see me telling him to do? Because if after he checks in, and then you're like, oh, and then I would like you to, he's going to lose his attention, and it's going to be a little bit longer before he checks in again. Your window of opportunity is pretty small when they check in. So you always want to be like in that pose when they check in. Right. 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 So when you activate your the check-in when you wiggle the rope, you're activating a check-in. You're asking him to check in with you. So when you do that, you have to be ready that as soon as his head turns in your direction, you're ready to tell him what to do with his tail. Oh boy. Okay. Yep. Yep. Get him to check in. Tell him what to do with his tail. Yep. Yep. There you go. Good. 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 So plan on sending him. Yep. 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 Gently bump him now. It's okay. So you try to make it too much one movement. Bump him, get his attention, then tell him what to do with his tail. So wait till he's there. Now bump him. Yep. Yep. Now, yep. Back. Good. Tell him what to do. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. So we're going to just do it in slow motion because. Okay. So this could be flowy, and then get his attention, and then don't do anything until you've gotten his attention, and then be ready to tell him what to do when you've gotten his attention. Because what happened there, well, the second time was actually pretty good, but what happened the first time was you tried to make it all one movement. So you were kind of like, look at me, and then we're chasing him, but he was going too far forward. So you need to make sure that you interrupt the forward motion. That's part of the get your, the weight is to get him to stall his front feet. So then you can tell him what to do with his back feet. If his front feet are still active, you haven't gotten his attention enough to hear the next thing. So then if you jump to the next thing, you've missed, he's not going to pay attention. He's already doing something else. Change hands. Yep, there you go. Good, good, good. Yep, good, yep, good. Tell him what to do with his hind end only. Good, good. Yeah, thank you for not yanking it out of his mouth. I want him to keep all his teeth as long as he can. I don't care if he chews on my roots. Ritz. Yep. Yep, now. Good, good. So the front feet were still moving. So that was the only thing that you had to remember, to keep the brakes on the front feet. So if his front feet keep moving, you have to manage that. It was okay that you were already engaging the hind end, but the front feet then were just part of the hind, right? So we needed to stop the front feet so he could go sideways instead of half passing it. You can, let's see. So, yeah, so my weight is, I think I usually like bump him towards my belly button. So, I'm trying to like motion how I would back him this way, because his nose would be over there. So, my wiggle would be kind of towards my belly button. It's hard. Like I'm trying to go through the mechanics of it. If you have to, I mean, I don't want to give you permission to be really rough with him, but if you have to, you can give to where that snap gives him a bump to say, "Hey, I was talking to you," But
Yelling louder.
not for him. No, not for any horse really, but for him especially. He's just like, "Yeah, okay, you're a loud lady." Yeah, aren't you? Yep, so bump. Yep, there you go. And then just don't hold a grudge, you know. So be careful you're pulling him forward. There you go. There you go, good. Good. So he needs to go one more step sideways to just finish that, because otherwise he's going to be stepped onto the... Kiss means go forward. Good. Good. Tail only first. Don't pull him forward, because you keep pulling him forward by just trying to get your hand out of your... Yep, no, I know. You're doing it unconsciously. Yep, there you go. Good. Good. So that actually was part of the... He's got an itch. That was actually part of the potential problem, was because you were just kind of like trying to get this hand out of your way because you were going to do something else, but you had a tight enough grip on him that when you were trying to get your hand out of your way to focus this way, you were actually driving him, you were pulling him forward and driving him, so he thought you wanted him to go forward. So that's where his miscommunication was, and I hadn't really realized that that's what you were doing with the other hand. So this hand, once you've gotten him to stop, you know, this is, you sent him, once you got him to check in, this hand almost goes dead because this hand starts to do something. So think about putting it on your thigh as opposed to putting it behind you, because if you have a tight line and you put it behind you, you're going to pull him forward. Keep going. Good. There you go. There you go. Good. 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 Now, what I liked about all that is you gave only what was necessary. You didn't give more than was necessary, and you left his face completely alone. The rope was like this. So he was able to say, okay, it's nothing to do with my front feet. You're only focusing on my back feet. So, because he's not inclined to necessarily keep going forward unless he feels like he's being told to go forward. When's the last time he had his teeth done? Maybe he's bridging. Yeah. He'll probably drop it as he gets going. No hugs, Ritz. Yep. Yep. Good. Okay, well that was, so now you would do the whole puzzle again, and that's how you would start it. So you do, instead of sending him between you and this cone, and then landing him there and backing him all and zigzagging through, you're going to start it by sending him from beside you there, doing this, coming back up to you, then backing away, and then doing the zigzag through and around the back.
Oh, that's that other girl. Do it. You say that she
Yes. Yep. 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 So that was the change instead of between. So she just gave it. So if your horse can side pass, or you want to try side passing with your horse, that was the modification to that one. Um, I can give you something different to do if you, unless you wanted to at least try that one. Okay.
So what?
So he's going to start here. We're going to do exactly this. Bring him back up beside you. He's going to come. He's going to forward to beside you, and then he's going to back all the way out, and then do the zigzag, and then around the back. Well, and sometimes when you talk, it kind of helps solidify for you to bring your body into the mode of intention. Because sometimes if you don't verbalize it, it doesn't come out to the horse. Even if they don't understand what you're saying, your body language feels like what you're intending to do. I'm not one that says don't talk. There are trainers, like I had a couple of people reach out to me and say, my trainer, she goes, oh, I noticed you talk on, when you do work the horse. My trainer says you're not supposed to talk. I'm like, well, first of all, it's your horse. And second of all, I strongly believe that as you verbalize it, you bring the intention into the air. And whether they understood the words or not, now you've kind of re-solidified for yourself what you're about to do. And therefore, they can see it better that way. Strongly believe that the horses can see your intention. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been just these stalls have to still be dug out, so I, instead of taking them outside, I've just been throwing them in the stalls. But yeah, this was taken from a job site, so they obviously ripped up some sod.
Did you ever
Probably a student, a gelding. I don't want a mare, but a student, yeah, probably. It'd have to be somebody that came because they wanted to be a part of what I'm doing, not because I'm right down the road from their house. I've had bad luck with that kind of thing. Okay. 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 Good. Good. So over actually means come to you. So as far as the word, so just don't use the word. Just push him. Yeah, he doesn't have a word for going sideways unless he's coming to you, and then that's an over command. So then hey, just bring him up beside you, facing where he'll be facing towards the front door and his tail towards the back door. You can get louder, yeah, because he's just playing. He knows what he's supposed to be doing as far as backing. There you go. Good. Yep. Good. Good. Oh, it's all right. So now you want to tell him he's got to point his nose all the way back behind him. Here. Nope. Nope. No, no, it's just his nose was still pointed straight ahead, and because he started moving, it looked like it was going to work. He went with it, but his nose wasn't pointing in the right direction. So his nose needs to be basically pointing at that 19 for you to clearly get him to go the way you want him to go. So, yep, like there. See, you just. So you point, yeah, you point with your right hand where you want his nose to go, and then if he doesn't turn on his own based on your instruction, then you're going to give him energy on the side of his nose, which you can give him from back there still. Okay, so that's now he knew to look for some. Yep. Good. Now, wait. Good. Get his nose turned. Good. Wait. So that was a little delayed on the wait. That's why he went all the way around. Yep. And then put a little energy towards his nose. Get his nose. There you go. Yep. 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 Good. And now he's got to go between you and that cone. Yep. Change hands. Yep. You're right. Yep. There you go. Yep. Good. Good. And then ho. Rich, pay attention. You're not getting that itch yet. Good. He does have an itch. I don't know if he's going to get it or not. Let me see where we're at in time, because the alarm won't go off now because I'm using it as a camera, so I have to check the time. Oh, we have 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you a different. I haven't thought it through yet, so sometimes I set them up and then I think about what I want to do with them, but okay. Oh, it could be fun. Send him all the way through. So he has to clear it with his tail. Then ask him to turn back around, come up to where his nose comes to this cone, stop him. Then, like a pendulum, ask him to stay there, yield his hind end to this one, and then yield all the way over to this one. That might be too advanced. Okay, yeah, because I mean he has all the cues installed. It's just a matter of you actually. So from where you're standing, you have to make sure that you control the front, that there's no forward, and don't accidentally pull him, and only drive his tail. You're going to drive his tail till he's standing like this, and then this pause, and then you're going to drive his tail. So it's all going to be, yeah, you're going to have to move to that cone to come to get this way, and then you can from that cone then say over, and he'll come all the way back to at least here, and then you can over him the rest of the way also. So you can yield in a driving way to this cone, and then over him all the way from that cone to that cone. So his front feet will stay here. You'll drive his tail. So this is driving energy. You'll drive his tail to here. Now, by this time, you'll be standing at that cone. And then from that cone, once you've gotten him to here, now you're going to go from driving to calling, right? And then so he'll be here, and then he'll be come all the way to you over here. I love you. Be good. It's like, I know it has something to do with these cones. Probably another week, buddy, and then you probably have them off for good. Back. Ritz, back. If you'd backed up like she asked you to, you wouldn't have done that. Okay. Yep, so bump, bump, send his tail away. Good. So over means come to you with his butt. Good. Good. So now his front feet do nothing and his hind feet do everything. So if he goes to go forward, you're going to interrupt his front feet. Yep. 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 One more step. Not over. Because you're going to use the over in a second, so you don't want to confuse him. Good. Good. Ho. Good. Good. Now you're going to put your right hand up in the air and say over. And then he should come all the way from over there to where you are. Good boy. He's like, how does she know that? Okay. Yep. Yeah, have him go out and around all of it, and then land him on that middle cone. So have him go all the way around, and then land him on that middle cone. There you go. So now interrupt him now. Good. Send his tail. Good. 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 No, don't kiss. Over. Over. So get out of his way a little bit so he can do it. Good. That was nice. Good. I heard some. I don't know if it was this blanket make noise or there's something here. No, it's just a shell. No, you can give her a hug. I don't want a hug. So if you scratch him on his wither first, then he'll definitely know what you mean. Now he's gonna keep hugging you. So now the hugs are allowed. I'm gonna keep hugging you. So I'll give you another one. Yeah, we taught him how to fetch cones.